Disclaimer: this BTS fanfiction is purely a work of fiction created by a fan for entertainment purposes. This content is not intended to infringe on any copyrights or trademarks. Name: Jungkook, is 20, currently university student, single, best friend Kim Taehyung, TMI, multi-talented, very handsome, sweet, yet savage, blunt. Lee 20, currently university student, single, Park Ji-ya, beautiful, naughty, sweet yet savage, blunt, basically female version of Jkff. Kim Taehyung, 20, currently university student, single, best friend Jungkook, very handsome, friendly, gentleman. Park Ji-ya, 20, currently university student, single, best friend Lee beautiful, shy, sweet and calm. Wine and Tia, the inseparable best friends since childhood, walked arm in arm through the gates of their new college. The campus burst with excitement as students settled into their new routines, but for Wine and Tia, it was just another adventure to tackle together. "Yeah, it's finally the very first day of our college, Yippee," she squealed, holding her bestie's hand. "Of course, Winey, our college life is going to be amazing, especially since we have got each other," she added to her bestie's excitement. No boys, no drama, just us, like always, smiling while walking near corridors. "Exactly, who needs a boyfriend when I've got you?" Tia giggled. Of course, no third wheels in our friendship. They continued giggling and walking. As they headed towards their first class, they continued to chat and laugh, oblivious to the curious glances from their fellow students. Both girls were beautiful and kind-hearted, a combination that naturally drew attention wherever they went. Wine point of view. As they reached the staircase, Wine mid-laugh missed the last step. Her foot slipped and she felt herself falling forward. Time seemed to slow down as she braced herself for impact, but instead of hitting the ground, she found herself in the arms of someone strong and warm. She found herself on top of a boy, their faces mere inches apart. She could feel his breath on her face, his dark eyes staring into hers with an intensity that made her heart race. The boy's grip on her waist tightened protectively, and for a moment everything around them faded. Jkff point of view. Jkff had been walking up the stairs when he saw Wine stumble. Without thinking, he lunged forward, catching her just in time. The force of the fall, however, caused them both to topple over, Wine landing on top of him, her hands pressed against his chest, his arms securely around her waist. Wine point of view. Wine blinked, her breath catching as they realized how close they were. Jungkook's dark eyes stared into hers, a mix of surprise and something else he could not quite place. Her heart pounded in her chest and she was momentarily lost in the intensity of his gaze. Jungkook's heart pounded in his chest. His arms were still wrapped around her waist, holding her close as if it were the most natural thing in the world. While Tia had her own encounter as Wine fell, she instinctively reached out to help her, but in the process she lost her balance. Just as she was about to tumble down the stairs, she felt a pair of arms scoop her up. She looked up and found herself staring into the warm, inviting eyes of Taehyung, Jungkook's best friend. The entire stairway erupted in whispers and giggles as the students around them watched the scene unfold. Did not say a word. She was too mesmerized by the way Taehyung was looking at her, his gaze soft and full of concern. For a moment everything seemed to freeze. Taehyung's eyes locked with Tia's and they both felt an inexplicable connection. The world around them faded, leaving only the two of them standing in the middle of the staircase, their hearts beating in sync. "Taehyung, are you okay?" he asked, his voice deep and soothing. Tia nodded, her cheeks turning a light shade of pink. "Tia, yes, thank you," she stammered, suddenly shy in his presence. Their sweet moment, however, was abruptly interrupted by the bickering two beside them. "Wine, yeah, what do you think you are doing?" Wine exclaimed, quickly pushing herself up Jungkook, her cheeks flushed with embarrassment. Jungkook smirked, not at all bothered by the fall. "Jkff, saving you from a nasty fall, obviously." "You are welcome, by the way," he retorted. "Wine, I did not ask for your help," Wine shot back, crossing her arms defiantly. "Oh really? Then maybe you just wanted an excuse to fall into my arms?" Jungkook teased, his eyes glinting with amusement. "Huh? You wish," blustered. "But maybe next time you should watch wherever you are going," Jkff shot back with teasing tone. Meanwhile, Taehyung gently set Tia back on her feet, reluctantly breaking the moment. "Tia, thank you," blushing and shy, her eyes darting to the floor. "Taehyung, anytime," Taehyung replied softly, his voice full of warmth. Their tender exchange was interrupted by the ongoing argument between Wine and Jungkook. Taehyung glanced over at them, chuckling softly before turning back to Tia. Taehyung, I think we should calm them down before they attract any more attention. Tia nodded, still flustered but grateful for the distraction. They each approached their best friends, pulling them apart while sneaking glances at each other. Taehyung's heart softened at the sight of Chia's rosy cheeks, but he could not help but smile. Hey, relax, let's all calm down. There is no need to fight, Taehyung said, patting Jungkook on the shoulder. And you too, let's not make a scene, Tia added, gently tugging on Wine's arm. Both then stood there, the tension from the fall dissipated, replaced by a newfound curiosity about each other. Jungkook and Wine exchanged one last. Jungkook, I'm Jungkook, by the way. Nice to meet you, Miss Clumsy, he said, extending a hand towards her. Wine raised an eyebrow, ignoring his hand. Wine, what did you say your name was? Jungkook? Jungkook grinned, unfazed by her attitude. Jungkook, why? You want a taste? I promise I'm addictive. He shot back, a flirty tone lacing his words. Wine's eyes widened at his flirty comeback, but she quickly composed herself, rolling her eyes. I think I will pass. Shot back irritating. Taehyung and Tia exchanged shy smiles, their earlier connection still fresh in their minds. Hello, I'm Taehyung, and you are? Tia, she responded shyly, her heart fluttering at the way he looked at her. It's nice to meet you, Taehyung said softly, his eyes never leaving Tia's. Their conversation was simple, but the chemistry between them was undeniable. As they wrapped up their introduction, they all parted ways, heading to their respective classes, but as they walked away, Wine and Tia could not help but discuss their unexpected encounters. Wine leaned against her desk as they settled into their classroom. Wine, so what do you think about those two? Wine asked as she noticed Tia on her own world. Tia bit her lip, her cheeks still pink. Taehyung seems really sweet and cute. Wine smirked, nudging her bestie. Oh, someone has a crush already? Stop it, Wine, it's not like that. Sure. Wine teased, her thoughts still drifted to Jungkook, but despite the bickering, she could not deny that there was something about him that intrigued her. And you? What about Jungkook, the bickering duo? Tia said. Jungkook is not so bad either for a junk food. One shrugged through her thoughts. They're okay, I guess, but don't forget, no boyfriends were enough for each other. Tia smiled, but there was a hint of something else in her expression. Yeah, no boyfriends. Same time, in a different classroom, Jungkook and Taehyung were having similar conversation. She is something else, bold stubborn but cute. Jungkook admitted his thoughts lingering on Mayan. Taehyung smiled, his mind on Tia. Tia is really kind. I can tell she is someone special. Jungkook glanced at his friend, noticing the soft look in his eyes. Looks like we both found someone interesting today. Taehyung nodded, his heart fluttering at the thought of Tia. Yeah, we did. Did. Time skipped in the cafeteria. Why is this place so packed? Her eyes scanning the room. It's the first day. Everyone is trying to make friends. Maybe we should have grabbed seats earlier, nudged Van playfully. Just as they were about to give up and head to a far corner, Taehyung's familiar voice called out. Hey Taehyung, why and come join us? Taehyung offered. The two girls turned to see Taehyung waving them over, with Jungkook sitting with them, sipping on his juice. They flashed them a warm smile through his eyes were on Tia. Tia hesitated for a moment before nodding. As they approached the table, Taehyung stood up and pulled out a chair for Tia, who blushed as she took the seat next to him. Thank you, Shy smiled. You are welcome. Also casually pulled out a chair beside him for Ryan while sitting. Yeah, you go, Mr. Clumsy, but try not to trip on your way down this time, he added with a wink. Ryan rolled her eyes dramatically as they sat down. Okay, first of all, you made me trip. You practically tackled me on the stairs earlier. Me? I was trying to save you. You were the one who missed a step. You grabbed me too fast and then we both went down the stairs. Really, I guess you are not being thankful to someone who had to be your knight in shining armor and save you. Vine scoffed, crossing her arms. You tried to save me, but we both fell, remember? I guess you are the worst knight ever. Leaned in closer, a teasing smile playing on his lips. Correction. You fell on me, and I still saved you from falling on your face, though. You? Yeah, me. What? And in Jungkook continued their playful banter. Taehyung and Tia shared a quiet conversation, both of them stealing glances at each other when they thought the other was not looking. "Oh, do you like it here?" Taehyung asked softly, his voice barely audible over the noise of the cafeteria. Tia nodded her eyes slyly, meeting his. "Yeah, it's nice. How about you?" "Great. So, what do you like to do in your free time?" "I love painting. It helps me relax. What about you?" "I'm into photography. I love capturing moments, especially candid ones. There is something special about seeing the world through a lens." "Wow, photography and painting, both forms of arts." Her smile growing. "Maybe one day, but I would love to paint one of my photos." "That would be amazing. We should totally do that." Taehyung replied, his gaze softening as he admired her enthusiasm. Their conversation was interrupted by a sudden outburst from Wine and Jungkook. "Are you serious?" Wine exclaimed, laughing. "There's no way that's true." "I swear it is. You just don't know me well enough yet." Jungkook insisted, his tone playful. "Maybe I don't want to." One shot back, but there was no malice in her words, just the beginning of something neither of them could quite define yet. At the end of it, the young leaned back, smiling at all of them. "Well," he said, glancing them, "since it was first day and we have all had pretty interesting start, how about we make this official?" Fine tilted her head. "Official?" Jungkook. "Yeah, friends, the four of us." Vine rolled her eyes but nodded, her smile softening. "Fine, you're not the worst company." He extended his hand towards Tia with a grin. "Friends?" Tia smiled, her eyes meeting his as she took his hand. "Friends." As the lunch break ended, the four of them made their way to their next classes. Fine and Jungkook continued to pick up, but there was a noticeable shift in their dynamic. The irritation from their first meeting had given way to something more playful, almost flirtatious. Meanwhile, Taehyung and Tia walked side by side in comfortable silence, both of them stealing glances at each other with shy smiles. Few days later, the four of them became good friends while spending time with each other quite frequently, and it naturally became their daily routine to eat together. The cafeteria. As they began eating, laughter and conversation filled the table, but suddenly a group of Taehyung and Jungkook's fangirls appeared, giggling and whispering among themselves. They approached the table with bright, eager smiles. Girl 1, Taehyung oppa. Girl 2, Jungkook oppa. Their voice sweet as honey. Girl 3, we saw you from across the canteen and just had to say hi. Taehyung and Jungkook exchanged amused glances, but before they could respond, the girls had taken over the conversation. Girl 4, you're looking extra handsome today, Jungkook oppa. Another girl added, twirling her hair and batting her eyelashes. Girl 5, Taehyung oppa, you're just perfect today. How about we come sit with us later? Smiling brightly at Taehyung. Mine and Tia were trying hard to mask their discomfort, but both felt sting of jealousy growing. Wine's lip formed a slight pout as she stabbed her fork into her salad with unnecessary force, while Tia's fingers absent-mindedly fidgeted with the edge of the tray, her eyes darting nervously toward Taehyung. Sensing the shift in the air, Taehyung decided to step in. He glanced at Jungkook, who caught on immediately. Taehyung noticed their reaction, quickly smiled at the fangirls and said, "Sorry, but I'm having lunch with my friends right now. Maybe another time." Gentle yet firm voice. Jungkook, who had also picked up on Wine's pout, casually leaned back in his chair, flashing his famous smirk at the fangirls. "Yeah, thanks for compliment, but I think I will pass for now. My table is full." The fangirls reluctantly dispersed, sending one last longing over their souls. Taehyung turned his attention fully to Tia, his voice softening. "Tia, are you okay? You seemed a little quiet back there." Tia's cheeks flushed slightly and she tried to play it off with a smile. "Me? I'm fine, just enjoying my salad," she said, poking at her food. "You sure? Because you looked a bit jealous." He teased, his tone light and sweet. Tia froze for a moment before shaking her head vigorously. "Jealous? Me? No way," she denied, though the slight blush on her face betrayed her. While on the other side of the table, Jungkook was now leaning towards Ryan, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. "Were you pouting just now, Ryan?" he asked, his voice laced with amusement. "Ryan, I was not pouting," Ryan scoffed, rolling her eyes. Jungkook chuckled, leaning even closer. "Jungkook, Oh really? Because that little part of yours says otherwise? Anne's heart raced, but she crossed her arms defensively. No, you are dreaming, Jungkook. Before Jungkook could respond, the bell rang, signaling the end of lunch. They all packed up ready for their afternoon classes. Time skipped. There that afternoon, as classes ended, Wine and Tia made their way to their lockers, chatting quietly about their day. As they were about to leave, two boys from another class approached them, smiling confidently. Boy 1. Hey, Wine, Tia, we are heading out to grab some coffee. Want to join us? One of the boys asked, flashing a charming grin. Tia glanced at Wine, both of them were taken aback. We. But before they could finish their sentences, Taehyung and Jungkook appeared. Jungkook was the first to speak, his voice cool but not impolite. Sorry, but they are not available right now, he said, stepping a little close to Wine as if silently staking his claim. Taehyung, though less intimidating, fixed the boys with a pointed look. Yeah, they are not interested. I think you two should leave. The boys, sensing the unspoken tension, awkwardly excused themselves and walked away. Once they were out of sight, Wine turned to Jungkook, her lips curling into a teasing smirk. Protective much? I didn't know I needed a bodyguard, she said, raising an eyebrow. Jungkook smirked back at her, crossing his arms. Oh, please. You look like you were about to say yes to their offer. Could not let that happen now, could I? Mine scoffed, nudging him playfully. You are so full of yourself, Jungkook. Meanwhile, Taehyung gently asked Tia, his voice soft but sincere. Tia, were you really going to go with them? Oh, Tia shook her head quite quickly. No, I was not. They just caught me off guard, that's all. Taehyung's expression softened. Few more days later. As the days passed, Wine and Jungkook's bickering turned into a playful routine, their banter becoming more affectionate. Jungkook found himself drawn to Wine's fiery spirit, while Wine could not deny the way her heart fluttered whenever Jungkook found himself captivated by Wine's bold nature. She was not afraid to speak her mind, and her quick wit kept him on his toes. Despite their constant teasing, he admired her confidence and the way she carried herself. Mike, for her part, was starting to see a different side of Jungkook. Beneath his cocky exterior, he was surprisingly caring and considerate, always making sure she was comfortable and even offering her some of his food when he noticed she had not taken much. It was not just Wine and Jungkook who were falling for each other. Taehyung and Tia's feeling grew stronger with each passing day. Their quiet moments together filled with shared smiles and lingering glances. Meanwhile, Taehyung could not take his eyes off Tia. She was everything he did not know he was looking for, kind, gentle, and with a quiet strength that drew him in. He loved the way she blushed whenever he complimented her and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about her passions. Tia, on the other hand, was smitten with Taehyung. He was charming and sweet, and he made her feel like she was the only girl in the room. Every time their hands accidentally brushed, she felt her heart skip a bit. In the campus courtyard. It was a sunny afternoon in the college courtyard, and the four of them sat together. The air was filled with laughter, but beneath it all, Jungkook and Wine had started to notice. As the group dispersed for classes, Wine nudged Jungkook. Hey, did you notice something about Taehyung and Tia? You mean how they are practically making hard eyes at each other every time they are within 10 feet? Jungkook grinned. Exactly, they are hopeless, are not they? Wine chuckled. So, what are we going to do about it? Leaned in conspiratorially. Help them confess, of course. We can't just let them keep dancing around each other forever. Yeah, but we need a plan. A foolproof one. I screaming. Right, let's meet at the library in the evening and make our strategy. Sure, smile at her seriousness. Okay, so here is what I'm thinking. We pretend to plan a double date, right? We invite Taehyung and Tia, say we are going out for a fun day, and then we cancel at the last minute. They will be stuck together alone. So we are ditching them? Exactly, why not smiling mischievously? It's a perfect setup, and with us out of the picture, Taehyung will finally get the nerve to confess. That might actually work, but how do we make sure they don't freak out when we cancel? Don't worry about that, I have got it all under control. Hey guys, we have got a great idea. Jungkook announced as the group gathered near their lockers. Vine stood beside him, nodding enthusiastically. We are thinking of going out tomorrow, just the four of us. Grab some food, maybe go bowling or something. Vine chimed in. Taehyung raised an eyebrow, looking between them. The four of us? Yeah, us. He pointed to himself and whined, and you too. He shot a not so subtle glance at Tia, who blushed slightly. Sounds fun. Great. We'll meet tomorrow afternoon. The planned day. Young and Tia reached the destination as planned beforehand and now waiting for Wine and Jungkook to come. Young, hey, they bad news. Wine and I can't make it. Something came up, but you guys still go ahead. Wait, what? But don't be a wimp. It will be fun. You guys go. It's already planned. Sorry, babe. Something came up with Jungkook and me. You and they go without us. Okay, have fun. Taehyung ended the call, then turned to Tia, who stood awkwardly beside him. Well, I guess it's just the two of us then. Tia smiled slyly. Looks like it. Tia's outfit and Wine's outfit. As they walked together, heading to a park nearby, Taehyung felt a bit nervous. This was the perfect chance to tell Tia how he felt, but the words seemed to stick in his throat. Meanwhile, Jungkook and Wine were spying from a distance, hidden behind a tree. Do you think he will actually say something? He better, after all the work we put into this, Wine whispered back. While they saw Taehyung and Tia sit down at a park bench, Tia looked a little cold, rubbing her arms lightly. Oh, look at that! He's just sitting there while she's freezing, Wine muttered. Before Wine could make any comment, Taehyung wrapped his jacket over Tia's shoulder. Both the Jungkook and Wine stared into the lip. About time, Jungkook muttered, earning a soft laugh from Wine. At the park, Tia looked up at Taehyung, surprised at his gesture. Tia, thanks, she said softly. Taehyung, no problem. Tia, there is actually something I have been meaning to tell you. Tia, what is it? Taehyung hesitated for a moment, taking a deep breath. Taehyung, I have liked you for a while now. I just didn't know how to say it, but seeing you today, I realized I don't want to keep it to myself anymore. Tia's eyes widened, her heart fluttering. Tia, you like me? Taehyung nodded, his gaze serious. Taehyung, yeah, I do, a lot. Looking at her. For a moment, Tia did not say anything, but then a soft smile broke across her face. Tia, I like you too, Taehyung. Really? That's wow. I was so nervous you would not feel the same. Of course I do. Relief washed over him as they shared a shy smile, and he gently reached for her hand, intertwining together and looking at each other lovingly. Meanwhile, Jungkook and Wine were watching them, and when they saw Taehyung finally confess, they grinned triumphantly. Mission accomplished, Wine whispered, her eyes gleaming. Jungkook, see, we make a good team. Wine, yeah, I guess we do, laughed softly. The moon hung high in the sky, casting a soft glow on the quiet street as Wine and Jungkook walked side by side, their footsteps going in the calm night. As they neared Wine's house, Jungkook suddenly stopped in his tracks, his expression turning serious. Wine, can we talk for a second? What's up? Are you going to pick about something again? Jungkook let out a soft laugh but quickly shook his head, taking a step closer. No, it's not that. There is something I have been meaning to say for a while. Wine's playful demeanor faded as she watched him closely, her heart inexplicably starting to race. What is it? Jungkook hesitated for a moment, running a hand through his hair before locking eyes with her. I know we bicker a lot and I tease you all the time, but it's because I like you a lot, more than I have liked anyone before. Soft but sincere. Mine's eyes widened in surprise, her pulse quickening. She had never expected Jungkook, the one who always got under her skin, to confess something so sweet, and for a second she was at a loss for words. Wine, you like me? Stunned. Jungkook gave a shy smile, scratching the back of his neck. Yeah, I know, I don't always show it in the best way, but I have liked you from a long time. Looking at her shyly, Wine felt her heart swell at his words and a small teasing smile appeared on her lips. Well, if you like me so much, why did not you say anything sooner? Jungkook let out a soft chuckle, stepping even closer, playfully. I was waiting for the right moment, didn't want to interrupt one of our famous arguments. Wine, sincerely, for what it is worth, I like you too. Maybe more than I should. Jungkook's eyes lit up with a mix of surprise and happiness. Wait, seriously? You actually like me back? Don't get too cocky, Sean. I still find you annoying. Fair enough. But now that we are being honest, he gently took her hand, his voice dropping to a more serious tone. You are mine, mine. You always have been, even if I was too much of an idiot to admit it. Wine blushing, and you are mine. Even if you drive me crazy half the time. Cook chuckled and pulled her into a hug, wrapping his arms around her tightly. Wine leaned into his chest, her head resting against his shoulder as they stood there under the soft glow of the moonlight. The story ends with a double confession. Taehyung and Tia are happily dating, and so are Jungkook and Wine, all thanks to some sneaky matchmaking and a bit of love. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates, like if this made you happy, and comment your thoughts. I would love to hear from you.